But one thing that I love about teaching students is that every one of us is individual. And so one of the things that I love about teaching is that every person is kind of like a puzzle. And so I like to find out at the beginning of class, I go around the room and I ask everybody what they want to get out of the class. And so then no matter what the class says it is, I try to tailor it to the people in the class and try to give them projects that will be of interest to them, and then try to find the keys so that they can learn it. So the most rewarding thing as a teacher, at least for me, is to watch my students actually gain those skills or knowledge that they asked for at the beginning of the class. Yeah. Because I want, the reason I ask people what they want to learn is because I want them to learn. And so if I just give them my version of a syllabus, it may not be as engaging to them. So it was very funny a while back. My students asked me the same question, and they said, so why are we doing this today, or whatever it was? And I said, well, look, today what you're actually learning is how to see proportions. And I said, but you said you'd like to draw cats. So we are drawing cats today. But what I'm teaching you is how to see proportions. And they said, so you're actually just tricking us into learning. And I said, well, that's a funny way of looking at it, but yes, I suppose if you want to look at it that way, yes. So I basically want my students to be engaged, and I just really want them to learn whatever it is it's about creating art is about expressing yourself in another fashion. I've been teaching for over 30 years, and so I have to say there are so many stories. So I've literally taught thousands of students. I had a student who all he wanted to do in the cartooning class was draw circles and write next to it what the circle was thinking or saying. And I would keep showing him different ways to approach it, different ways to draw. And then I started incorporating it, trying to get him to do it in clay. And we did this for about 2 or 3 years. And I just thought, wow, we're never gonna get past this stage, just drawing circles. And then one day, everything I had been saying all that time just clicked in his head, and he took off, and he never looked back. He became one of the best sculptors I've ever taught. So everybody has it. So the lesson for me from that was, we all have it in us to express ourselves visually. And some people, it may take longer for them to find their way to that expression, but we all have it in us. Well, I love the students that I get at the Evanston Art Center. And I love its location because it's able to draw from a very diverse population. But one thing that's nice about it being in Evanston is that, of course, Evanston has a very diverse population that embraces the arts. And so that, to me, is the most important thing about the Evanston Art Center.